You have found Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring. You ever been playing one of those games and your character doesn't move quite as quickly as you'd want, and you're like, damn, if only I was able to react, or I was able to move in game because I would have done that. Well, here's your chance. There is now a VR game that is very much on the same level as Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Bloodborne. And it's awesome. It's called Grimlord. Grimlord is a VR game made by Metal Cat Studios, or Metal Cat Interactive Technology, and it is a immersive dark fantasy world in which you are pit against enemies with medieval fantasy weapons and you fight them off. It's awesome. It's really cool. I've got some gameplay to show you. So here's some gameplay, have a look through it, and I'll talk you through. So, we awaken in what is sort of like the training area or the home base of your character in Grimlord. There's our health bar there on our forearm, as well as our action bar, our mana or our stamina bar. Let's walk through. Oh, gate. Open the gate. Grab that, open the gate. And here we are. This is home base. Training area. In front of us we have our smithing and weapons area. You can stack your weapons up. I've got a weapon on me here. You can store your weapons in here, in the scroll. If the scroll would go up. There, go up. Go up! There we go. There we go. Scroll's going up. So you can store your weapons here. And you can spawn the weapons in right here. Like this. There you go. Look, there's a shield. Then we bring the shield to me. Now we have a sword and shield. Awesome. We can also spawn things in like a claymore. Oh, that's going everywhere. Nice big claymore we got there. Two-handed. Zweihander. As you can hear, the interaction with things in the world is quite interesting and realistic. Things will get caught up with each other. Right, let's go to the portal. We can go to the monastery, which is where we are now, or the castle Arugiet. And then you break the crystal. Let's teleport, bitches! And now we are in the world of Grimlord, where there are a variety of enemies and a variety of ways of dispatching them using a variety of weapons. Like how I use that word variety a lot. So here are the weapons. Here we have the bow. We have to manually pull the arrow in, and you can deflect shots with it, by the way, which is awesome. And there's a nut shot for you. We're not going to zoom into that. We're not that childish. Yes, we are. We're not going to do it anyway. And then a killer ankle shot. We Achilles'd him. Moving on to the all reliable, the sword. Flexible, durable. Also can move between hands pretty nicely as long as you catch it properly. And you can do an underhanded grip, which I wouldn't recommend for fighting unless you were looking to do this and stab downwards. Very good hand movement, being able to hold it at different angles. Then there are also the wands imbued with magical powers for you to fire at your enemies. If you are brave, stupid, or a bit of both, you can try no weapons and melee the crap out of your enemies. Left, right, uppercut, KO! Knockout! Then there is by far my favorite combination, the sword and axe. I'd recommend going for a short-handed axe rather than a double-handed axe like I have here, but it just feels amazing. Chop, 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 goodbye. And an honorable mention goes to the potions, which you can open up and stuff in your face, which I find absolutely hilarious. So whilst we're still on weapons, you can use the gold that you get from killing enemies to make better weapons here back at home base that give you different stats, as you can see here. And this, I think, is a really cool addition to the game. Moving on to enemies. The enemies can have a range of weapons, but there is a downside. The zombie type enemies here seem to like to go for that big overhand right, almost always attacking from your left, which makes it incredibly predictable. That is until you get to enemies like this, like the knight, who will do spinning attacks, overhead attacks. The archers as well will switch between bows and blades, can be incredibly fast because they don't have much armor, whereas the knight here is fully armored, all up to his thighs. His thighs are like literally the only thing that you can attack. So a little bit more movement in all enemies would make the game a bit more difficult and a bit more challenging and a bit more enjoyable. But overall, the enemy experience is good. The enemy experience is a good experience. Moving on to other mechanics. There is climbing in the game. You can find things like potions, grenades, and other bits and pieces in boxes, but they're not always where you think they might be. So a jump and a grab could get you up onto a ledge to find a box of potions that can keep you alive a little bit longer. Then there's also the mechanic that you see in quite a few of the Souls-like games, which is chests, as you can see here, but also opening up doors and gates and such to make it easier to go through the level, because it is expected that you will die. I can't get this box open for some reason. I really am struggling with this box. There we go. I got it. I got a ruby. Nice. Anyway, so yes, you are expected to die. You are going to die, Mr. Bond. And then basically when you respawn, you open up this door. It's a push, not a pull. There we go. Open up this door, and now you've cut out about 15 minutes of gameplay, or at least like 10 enemies, so you can now walk through, making it slightly easier on your next run. So far, this is as far as I've got in the game. This seems to be a mini boss fight. I'm not sure if there are boss fights after this, but I'm pretty sure there will be. And the reason I think this is a mini boss fight is the amount of hits this motherfucker takes. Honestly, it's ridiculous. So, enjoy the boss fight. After this, we're going to do a review of the game, and then also there'll be a funny montage of decapitations, because why not? I'm king, and if I say off with his head, I mean off with his head. Here's where you can find the game, and this is my review of Grimlord. In my opinion, Grimlord is a great game. It is still in early access. It has a lot that it can do, and a few bits that it needs to do to improve. As I said, the improvements that I would like to see are maybe a little bit more reactiveness or independent movement of the zombie enemies. But realistically, apart from that at the moment, that is all I have to say on the game. You can find it on Steam. It is in early access, and you can download the demo. I would easily rate this game right now, as it currently stands, at a 4 crowns out of 5. Easily 4 crowns out of 5. It's enjoyable. It's expansive. There are a lot of things to do, a lot of things to try, and I can't wait to see what this game will bring. Check out the description for the links to Steam. Also check out my streams, which are over on Twitch, or keep an eye out for more videos on games that I find or that I'm asked to review on YouTube. Would love to know your thoughts, so put them in the comments. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, all the normal stuff, because it doesn't just help me, it helps the game itself. And keep on gaming. My kingdom, I am out, and don't think I have forgotten. The decapitation montage is next.